Good evening, everybody. I think we are live. Sorry about that. I hit the go live button at 7 o'clock and my computer said I wasn't logged into my program, which I was, but that's a whole nother story. And then when I hit live again after I logged in, it said that I was in the wrong group and I wasn't, but that's another story. And then it made me type in everything all over again. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to your Tuesday evening Facebook Live. My name is Sarah Edwards. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I come to you guys live every Tuesday and Thursday at 7 to show you a fun new project. Last Thursday I wasn't live. My husband and I took our grandson up to the North Pole excursion um, to see Santa, and it was a lot of fun. It was pretty chilly. There was no snow on the ground, but it was pretty cold. But it was so nice. It was so fun. He enjoyed himself until 2:45 in the morning when he woke up and projectile vomited all over our bed. So that was fun to happen at 2:45. Thank goodness there was a couch in there because Bo went and slept on the couch and I just threw a ton of towels down and Lucas and I just slept in the bed and then got up and showered the next morning. He felt fine the next day, and we didn't give him any crappy food, so I have no idea what was wrong with him. But anyway, it was still fun. And if there something doesn't go right, it doesn't go as planned, it's not a vacation. So it was perfect. Anyway, hopefully you guys had a good day. I didn't get much time out in the craft room. I got a little bit of tidying up done this morning before I had to head out and run errands. I could not see the top of my table. That's how messy it was. And I couldn't even step foot in my office to do the Facebook Live. So I can at least walk in here without tripping over things, which is a plus. My craft room, you can at least see bits and pieces of the top of my desk. It's still not 100%. Hopefully tomorrow I'll be able to get a little bit more done. Good evening, Heather. Welcome. So, because I'm a little late, we are going to jump right into the project because it is definitely super cute. Catalogs, while I'm making sure we're live on Facebook, which we should be, catalogs will be going out. I know I promised to have them out by this weekend. They are almost done. I'm in the process of packaging everything together, so they will be out hopefully within the next couple days. Okay, so good evening, Jessica and Mary. Welcome. So this is a set out of the new mini catalog that's coming out. We were actually able to order this, I think, the end of October, maybe, or sometime in November. And I used it for, oh, it was actually the beginning of October because it was the World Card Making Day set. So I did make some cards with this, and I love how it has the Mr. and Miss, Let's Eat Cake. You have the sympathy, sending lots of love and hugs. Hope your day is filled with joy. And all of these sentiments fit inside the little border. I guess that's what it's called. It fits into the border, and then you cut the border out with the punch. So this is the set I'm going to be using today. And remember on last Tuesday's live where I made these cards and I told you guys to save that strip, that extra piece of strip from the 12 by 12. Well, I knew I wanted to use it for something. So I used it to create this fun little double fold card. It's a fun fold. I don't know the technical name of it, but I saw it and I was like, huh, well, that is super duper stinking cute. So I wanted to put this together and show you guys how to do it. Now, we do not have Granny Apple Green ribbon, but the same blue ribbon, the not balmy blue, pool party, the same pool party ribbon that I used on these cards, I just colored it with our blends and made it Granny Apple Green. So this is what we're going to be playing with and putting together. I did put all of the dimensions in the description before I went live. If you are going to make this card, I'm going to give you a couple little snippet tips. I would cut all of your pieces first. So let's just say you want to make 4 cards. I would cut all 4 of your card bases, which is 4¼ by 5½. I would cut all of these at one time and set them out so you can pile the other pieces on top. So this is 4¼ by 5½. This is our basic white. It's 4 by 5¼ This will get layered on, but we're not going to do it in the beginning. That is the last step. So don't get ahead of yourself quite yet. So basic white, 4 by 5¼ We have two pieces of cardstock. You can use the same color cardstock if you want. I chose to use crushed curry and granny apple green, but use whatever's in your designer series paper. So this piece, I have to get my little notes, is 4 inches by 3½. Okay, so 4 inches by 3½. And then I scored it at the 1/2 inch mark on one side. So I scored it at 1/2 inch on the 4-inch side. So there's that piece, put that on top. And then this piece is 3½ by 3. And I scored it at 1/2 inch on the 3½ inch side. So once you fold these, this is going to be a 3 by 3 square. I'm sorry, this one's a 2 3/4. No, I was right the first time. It's a 3-inch square. This one is going to be a 3½ inch square. So that's how you know if you scored it correctly. Okay, so there's that. So I'm going to take our card base and put it to the side so I don't accidentally glue it together because we don't want to do that yet. Let's see. Hello, Jennifer. Arizona's good. We're supposed to get lots of rain this weekend, so we're very excited. We love rain. And it's supposed to be chillier next week. So we're not obviously have a white Christmas, but yeah, it's a little bit chillier next week. I forgot to go over the designer series paper. So this is 3¼ by 3¼ This one is 2 3/4 by 2 3/4 These two pieces are 4 by 3/4 of an inch. So there's lots of pieces to this puzzle, but it's a gorgeous puzzle. And if you're going to make one, I just recommend making 4 or make 8. If you're already cutting for one, you might as well cut for a couple extra. So these two pieces are going to go at the top and the bottom of your basic whites. There we go. I'm going to set that aside so it will dry. These two pieces, the card or the designer series paper, I'm going to wait and glue those on after the fact. But these two pieces, you're going to want to fold and score on your little score marks. There we go. And now we want one side to go to the left and we want one side to go to the right. So to get this to go that way, we want to put our adhesive on the inside of our folded piece. Usually you put it on the outside, but this one we're going to put on the inside. I just brought in some of my the Stampin' Seal Plus. You can use tear tape, would work perfect. I think our green glue would work as well. I'm just using something that's a little bit faster to hold it. And same with your larger piece, we're going to put adhesive on the inside. So this would definitely be something that you could do at the retreats. Definitely fun and different. Okay, so now you're going to hold this and we're going to tuck our basic white into the corner, but don't push this down quite yet because you just want to make sure it is going to be centered. And you can just eyeball it. That's all I did. So once you eyeball it and it looks like it's centered, you can now take this and give it a good press. Looky there. And guess what we're going to do with this one? The smaller one, we're going to do the same thing. I'm going to take it and tuck it into the corner, but I don't want to push it down because I want to make sure it is centered first. That looks pretty centered. So now I can push that down. Look at our super cute mechanism. Okay, you can use your green glue for this as well. I just wanted something a little bit thicker to at least go over um, the extra cardstock that's on the back. But remember, when you're using our our Stampin' Seal, once it's down, it's down. So you really don't have any wiggle room. So I'm standing on my tiptoes because we don't have any wiggle room on this, just to make sure it's even. And I don't think I am going to be able to get this. Oh, that actually might not look too tragic right there. If not, that's where it's going. Oh, it's a little off, but that's okay. It's hard to do it when you're on a live and you have a camera right in front of you. So that is our fun mechanism. So all we have to do is now glue our pieces down. And when I was putting the first card together, I was like, oh, that kind of would have been cool if I would have matched up the shapes, the little air lines, but I'm not that cool. I try to be, but I'm really not. And this one, I just wanted to change it up a little bit. You could even put it this side, but I just wanted something a little bit different. So there is that. We can set that aside, and I want to bring in my scratch basic whites, and I want to bring in both of my ink pads. I have Granny Apple Green and Crushed Curry. So I'm going to do the Granny Apple Green in the border. And I'm going to go ahead and just stamp 2 because I have one more card to put together. And we might as well just do all of this at one time. Oh, see, Jennifer, I love green glue. If you're not very good with green glue, my tip is you're using too much. So if you're getting it all over your fingers, you're using way too much of it. So just lighten up on how much you're squeezing out. And it'll take a little bit of time to kind of train yourself to use less, but it is by far the glue that I venture to every single time. My punch was just here. Oh, there it is. So pick this up. I'm going to slide my punch on the inside. There we go. And there is our other one. And now, last but not least, I've already colored part of the ribbon for the other card. So I'm just going to show you how I did it. So you have 2 sides to your blender pins, a thick side and a thin side. So I'm going to take the thin side. You never want to use just the tip unless you're coloring in a small piece. If you're coloring your ribbon, you want to go from the side. So I'm just going to rub my blender pin across my ribbon. Sorry, I can't color and talk at the same time. You don't need very much. Trim this off. Actually, I'm just going to trim it at an angle. And then I'm going to cut this in half. And it looks like that side is already angled. So there we go. Now, I know I used a stapler last Tuesday to show you how to put this together, that it worked perfectly. But because we don't have anything to hide the staple, we're not backing this guy, we are going to have to use mini glue dots. And so I'm going to take one of these, put a mini glue dot on the back, and just lay that on. I'm going to put a little bit of our adhesive right at the bottom. Pick this up, flip her over, add some dimensionals. Oops. And we can have one card done. There you go. Look how easy and fun that is. Okay, maybe not super easy, but once you make one or two of these, or if you're going to make a bunch, make 10 or 4, and it gets easier as you go. Just a little bit of cutting, actually a lot of cutting, I won't lie. There's lots of cutting, but it's definitely worth it. Okay, so slide this up to the top. Put this one down at the bottom. And on Tuesday, if you did catch my Tuesday live when I showed you guys the glass mat, and I brought in a towel or I made a mess and showed you how you could clean it up. Well, silly me, didn't put 2 and 2 together that it comes with a cleaner. So if you think I'm nuts, I am kind of, but that's okay. Everybody still loves me. It does come with a cleaner, so you don't have to use a towel. So I'm putting adhesive on the inside. I'm going to bring my card base back in. I'm just going to hold this open, tuck this in, line it up. There we go. I think we all are nuts. And I think that's why we all get along so well. And this one, I'm going to do the same thing, just line it up. Perfect. I'm going to put a nice strip just along the sides. And this, I'm going to put some green glue down the center. And I actually might just hold it. Oh, maybe not. I might hold it to see if I can get it a little bit straighter. No, that's not going to work. See, I told you once this is down, it's down. So you really have to, and I think other demonstrators probably love this tape and can get it perfect. I can't. I have more of a love-hate relationship for that. Okay, let's glue these down and do our sentiments, and we're done. There's that. Do this last one. Perfect. Let's take our piece that I already colored. And you can tell I did not use much ribbon at all. With it being hidden underneath, you really don't need much. So glue these 2 pieces together. The DSP this is from the Holiday Mini Catalog. And of course, I didn't bring it over here. But it's in the Holiday Catalog. It goes with the light bulb set, I believe. I don't remember the name of it off the top of my head. And I usually bring the designer series paper over to show you. And I did not this time. And if you're using directional specific paper, definitely watch which way you cut it, because that will alter how your card is going to come out in the end. There we go. We are done with a fun fold. Hopefully you guys liked it, and you could use any of the designer series paper we carry. Any of the celebration designer series paper would look absolutely gorgeous with this set as well. So there you go. Hopefully you guys loved it as much as I did, and thank you for being patient with my technical difficulties. I am not computer savvy by any means. I mean, I'm getting better, But usually I freak out and I was like, oh, I totally didn't even freak out today. I knew exactly what it was telling me to do and I did it, even though I already had done it, but I did it again and it worked perfectly. So just don't panic. That's probably my best advice. Don't panic when the computers suck. Hopefully, I'm allowed to say that. Anyway, have a great day. If you need any help ordering any of the supplies that I used today, definitely reach out. I will be happy to help you get all of those in your hot little hands. If not, I will see everybody on Thursday for another fun live. Chat with you soon. Bye bye.